Saturday, June 23, 2012. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is my 1995 Subaru Legacy. I've been doing a couple of things today, just some tune-up items, some fluid changes, and the one last thing I'm going to do today is tighten up the parking brake, because as it is, I pull the handle pretty much all the way up, and the brake is not engaging quite enough for my liking. So the first thing I got to do is get the center console out, and there's a couple of screws here and a couple of screws elsewhere. They're not hard to find, so I'm not really going to detail on how to do that. Plus, since this procedure is probably going to apply to a couple of different years and models of Subaru, doesn't make too much sense to go into too much detail on the console. So I'm just going to take that out, and then I will get to showing you how to tighten up the parking brake. Okay, so here in the second generation Legacy, all I really had to do was take out the two screws here on the top, lift off this center plate here, and I actually have quite enough access to get to the adjuster. And basically what you normally have to do is loosen this jam nut on the top here, which is 10 millimeter, and then you can tighten up the adjusting nut on the bottom here. But the funny thing I realized was that these weren't tight at all. These were actually finger loose the whole time. So this may be the source of my problem. I'm going to tighten up the adjusting nut, get the parking brake, see if I can dial it in better than it is, and then I will tighten up the jam nut and test the lever. So that's all there really is to it. I believe there is an adjustment at the rear wheels, but I'm actually not going to go into that today. Honestly, it's easier. If you can make enough adjustment up here, don't even bother with the rear wheels. If you need to, if you absolutely need to, then check back there. And if you can't, and if you don't have enough adjustment here, your cable actually may be stretched to its limit. So this is just how to access the adjuster.